Hey guys, well we're over here on the surface grinder and I've got a couple of arbors that I just eBayed, a couple here, and I've already kind of looked them over. I got a lot of 5 and actually 4 out of 5 were really good. And but I'm going to show you how I'm going to reclaim this one. This is a pretty old, probably an original. It's got kind of a labyrinth back on it, as opposed to those smooth back ones. But we're going to measure it right here on the machine. Let me get this wheel off. Then we're going to measure it right here on the spindle. And let me get this coolant out of the way. Over there. And let's pop the center nut off. And pull our wheel. That's just a simple puller, shop-made puller. Threads into the arbor, and then it's got a jacking screw in the center that pushes on the spindle. Okay, so let's look at, let's start with this one. This is a good little arbor here. This one was good, you know. The only thing that wasn't great about it is my internal threads were all plugged up, so you can tell right out of the gate that nobody ever used a puller on it. You know, basically a puller doesn't even screw in there. The puller is supposed to go in and thread that full thread depth, and I got maybe a half a turn there, and it's all locked up. So those threads need to be picked out. I just use a dental pick and go in there and scrape them out. And then I use a wire wheel on a Dremel and get in there and clean them all out. So that's easy enough to do. We want to look at our taper inside and make sure there's no burnished material on there. Make sure the taper is clean. And I've already done a bluing check on both of these, and they both fit good. The tapers are in good shape. So we're gonna, just for grins, this is a known good one. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten this little nut on there. And what you want to make sure of is this face right here runs really true. Right here. And you know that'll induce a bunch of wobble into your wheel. If this face isn't running right, it'll really play havoc on your wheels. All right, let me make sure that's snugged up. Get these nuts out of here. And I got a little indicator right here. I'll try to get this set up somewhere in the vicinity where you guys can see it too. Are you going to be able to see that? Probably not. How about there? Maybe you guys can see it there. There we go. Okay, then we're just going to give it a gentle spin by hand and look at our indicator. And I'm hoping you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to see it. We got about a 1/10 tick. So this arbor's good. You know, outside of those threads being, those internal threads being funky and plugged up, this is a good arbor and it's ready to run. So let's get this out of here. And now let's look at we're going to look at a bad one. Stick that down there. Get this fella off of here. Okay. How hard did that seat. It's seated on there pretty darn good. As it should be. Oh, well, I didn't think about that. I'm not gonna be able to get it off. And I got about a half turn of thread on there. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. All right. All right. Well, we got it off. Okay, so this one's a winner. Clean it, dress it up a little bit. The bore's good. We got a good arbor there. Let's take a look at this fella here. This looks like an original off a Sun machine. It's kind of interesting. It's got the pinholes on the side. Typically they have them in the back like that. So this would be the only arbor I have that actually has that on the sides, and I'll have to use a hook spanner for that. And let's get the nut off of here. And I have chucked this up in the lathe, and what I did is I kind of reclaimed my bore in there. I took a wooden dowel and I wrapped some 600 grit emery paper around it, and I laid it down in the bottom, very parallel, till I felt it touch both sides, and then I ran the machine pretty slow in both directions and was able to get a lot of those high spots and stuff out of that center. And I've blued this too. I did a blue check against the spindle. I got good contact, so I'm pretty happy with this. The way the taper fits. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. We're breaking the rules. We're going lefty tighty, righty loosey. All right, let's snug that up. Let's get a good look at this one and see what kind of numbers we get out of the face here. And you see it's got kind of a depressed center, so it's got a little high spot right there. But let's see if we can set up here again where you guys can see it. I think you were able to see it pretty good last time. Let's see. No. How do we do that? Over here? No. Over there? No. How's that? You guys see that pretty good? Looks like it might be blowing out a little bit. I'm trying to look at it through the viewfinder there. Okay, we got a 1,000th preload. We're just going to give it a spin. Ooh, let's find our low spot here. That's about our lowest low right there. All right, so this one's got a little over a thou of run out. It's about 1.1. So that's kind of a lot, and I'm going to show you what I've done in the past to true them up. And we're going to do it right on the machine, and it's actually pretty simple when you think about it. So let me get set up for that, and I'll explain what I'm doing for the setup, and then we'll make that little trim cut on there. Okay, what I've set up here is I got a little toolmaker's vise, and I've got a turning tool in here with a pretty big radius for carbide. And you see the way I got it positioned in there, it's slightly kicked over that way just to provide a little bit of clearance. I'm going to put it on the mag just like this, and then we're going to leave the table and everything in place, and we're just going to downfeed and come across that little center right there. So let me get set up here and get the machine running, and I'll probably have to move the tripod because you're touching the table right now, and we'll make this cut. This is going to be considered hard turning because this is definitely a hardened arbor, so we're going to see some sparks flying. All right, let me get set up and get you moved, and we'll make that cut. Okay, you guys ready? We're magged down, our vise is tight, we've locked the table here on the cross feed. We're going to start it. We're not using any coolant. I'm going to get on center here. contact there. Just going to feed down and back up. Shut it down and take a look at it. We've got shavings here. Okay, we can see we've begun to true it up. We've got a shiny spot over here. We've still got a bunch of rust and stuff over here. Let me get you in and maybe a little closer. You can see that portion of that cut. Okay, so that's a start. We'll give it another half thou of infeed and do it again. Wasn't the spark show I thought it was going to be. All right, get you pointed there. Okay, so we're ready for another infeed. Give it about a half thou of infeed. I'm just going to bring the spindle down slowly. And we've gone past the shoulder there. Let's see if we've got a full cleanup. And we do. We still got the original chamfer there, so we don't even need to chamfer it. And it looks like we've got a good cleanup all the way around. Before I move the table or do anything, we can actually take a measurement right here, right now. And once again, I'm going to try to get it where you guys can see it. I'm not going to move the table this time. I'm just going to move the indicator holder here. And we'll give it a turn. Not even a tenth. So I'll get you in on that indicator there. I'm just going to spin this turkey by hand. It's got a little tick to it, but like I say, it's not even a tenth of a thou. So we were able to reclaim that arbor, and we don't have any worries about it running out or anything and creating a wobble in the wheel. It doesn't take much on the arbor because it gets amplified as it goes out on a wheel. So a very small amount here would equal a lot out on a big wheel. So you want these arbors to run as true as you possibly can. I wouldn't want to see more than a couple tenths on an arbor. But if you do, no big deal, pretty easy to fix. All right, guys, thanks for watching.